to about 1,000 miles per year following those rainstorms. The tiny little antelope out by the wildebeest, they kind of look like s'mores on sticks out there. They are springbok. They're the smallest of the antelope species. They can jump 6 to 8 feet high and horizontally about 13 feet. And then the tan animals out by that stump, there's one really close to us just out to the right here too. Those are Patterson's elands. They're the largest of the antelope species, elands are. They can actually get to about 6 feet tall at their shoulders alone. And those were 2 females and a baby out there. The males are significantly larger than the females, so that's usually how you can tell the difference. But now in front of us, there's some really big trees that have been knocked over, and only a really big animal can do that. So let's see what we can find up there. So if you look out to the right-hand side, there's an African elephant. Probably not really like a big new fact for anybody, but cool way to remember that they're African elephants. If you look at their ears, they kind of look like they're in the shape of the continent of Africa. And also they're a lot larger than most others. And on the left, those are mandrills. Mandrills are the largest monkey. And they actually are about the same type of monkey as Rafiki. The males have those blue markings on their faces, whereas the females do not. That's how you can tell the difference between them. As we are now leaving that elephant, so elephants are animals that have matriarch systems with their herds, so their females are in charge and they stay together as a big herd. There's one head matriarch. She's pretty good with their memory. She is the memory for their herd, basically. Remembers all the good stuff for them, where that be good places to be, safe places, good food, good water, all the good stuff. But on the other hand, the males, once they come of age, they don't stay with that herd anymore. They break off from the main herd, and then they stay pretty solitary most of their lives. Though very occasionally, you'll see them group together and make their own smaller herds, so that they have their own kind of little group there. Look like we're going to be moving up through some clay in this area, so we're going to be passing by some clay pits. While we are, see if you can find any tusk marks in the clay from the elephants. They like to scrape at it and then they can eat it. It gives them extra vitamins for their bodies. It's very similar to children eating vitamin gummies. I think I see some out to the right hand side. And I think I see a few more elephants up here, so let's try to get up to them. So elephants are pretty good about taking care of their bodies, like getting those vitamins, but something else that they do is they cover themselves in dirt and mud. Now that is a good thing for them because they do have very sensitive skin, and elephants actually are able to get sunburn just like we do. So that dirt and mud is their natural form of sunscreen. You'll often see them throwing it on themselves with that trunk. Their trunks are very useful for them. They're like having arms with hands on the end.
Hello, nice to meet you. We're going up. Bye-bye, we're going this way. We're going this way. Bum bump, here we go, bum bump, here we go, bum bump, here we go. We're going this way a lot. We're going this way. I see you. We're going this way now. Bye.
So let's
I'm gonna hold y'all for a
giraffe
minute.
up here, but there's also a few more elephants out to the left, including a baby. Looks like they're out there by that mud pit, might be getting their fresh dose of mud for today. So they are extremely protective of their young. Very, very protective. Their pregnancies do last for about 22 months.
We're going
So they
this
have
way.
extremely long pregnancies.
Focus.
So I don't really
Focus
blame
here.
them for being that protective. The whole herd will work together to make sure that little one is safe. Pretty up close, good view of another giraffe there too.
Well, we're on this way. Oh, what? My name is Teston. This is Rebecca, and this is Dan. This is Mama. Oh, Look.
Just up ahead, we also found flamingos. So these are
Ducks.
greater flamingos. That means they are the largest of the flamingo species, but they're the lightest pink. And flamingos don't actually hatch pink. They hatch as a grayish white color. And they gain that pink color that they have as they eat shrimp and brine. That shrimp and brine gives them a beta carotene. And the beta carotene is what really causes the pink color that they have. But for them, a group of flamingos can be called a flamboyance. So this is a flamboyance of flamingos.
Hey, what? Ah, hello. Nice to meet you. We're down this way. Look, down this way.
The big mud pit that's out to the left is a really great sign we might find more rhinos. They like to roll around in the mud for their own sunscreen, but also as a bug repellent. It looks like it's been freshly rolled in. Actually, it looks like there is a rhino out to the right. But we're going to try to keep going a little bit further in the area. We should get a better look at it.
We're down this way.
Out to the left, there's a cheetah that's just in the back there walking. Starting to walk towards us. So cheetahs are more active throughout the day than most cats. So they are more active during the day and probably nothing new to anybody, but they are very fast. Let's say there's a few more up here out walking around. They can get to about 75 miles per hour. But also, what's even more impressive about the cheetahs is they can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour within just 3 seconds. Something that helps them do that is they don't retract their claws. They keep their claws out as a form of grip and friction. There is one laying down just out to the left, but there was one walking. I think it's just below the bushes there. See if we wait just a second. They're also one of the only big cats that don't actually roar. They're really one of the only ones that can purr. But up in front of us, those really big rock formations like that can be called Kopi rocks. And there's some lions just at the side of here. There's one female lion. You can kind of see her head poking up from the rocks. Oh, she got up. Good. So usually the most activity you see of them throughout the day, they get up to move around and find a new napping spot. They're more active at night. So they they do their hunting at night, so they are nocturnal. They sleep and stay inactive for up to about 18 to 20 hours per day. It does look like we found those rhinos again too. There's some out to the right hand side, and they're getting up. Perfect timing for each of them. And those are white rhinos. Best way to know that is not by their color, but actually by those wide mouths that they have. So we should see them again in just a second. It looks like they're moving down the hill down over there. As we make our way over that way though, there is a male lion over here. And another female. It looks like the other female that we saw get up moved right over there to find that new napping spot. And it is actually those females that do the hunting, not the males. The males are actually the ones that stay back at home and they take care of the cubs and watch their territory. If you keep looking to the left over here, those are warthogs. So warthogs do have warts, like their name tells you. Though they're very padded spots on their faces, it gives them protection for their face. They do have 2 pairs of tusks they create burrows with. They are the largest burrowing mammal. To the right, you'll see those rhinos again. So again, their name did not come from their color, from those wide mouths instead. Their name did originate from the word white, which is Afrikaans for wide, not white. But white sounded like white, and that's why their name stuck around as the white rhinos. A group of them is very fittingly called a crash. They do have very poor eyesight. whereas they have excellent hearing. And laying down out there, the horns kind of a rich brown colors of Bontebok, and then closest are those ostrich eggs. So ostrich eggs are very, very large. They can actually, single one of them equals to about 2 dozen chicken eggs. And also, they're very sturdy. A full-grown human man could stand on one and it will not break. But we're going to make our way out of the savannah, and it does mean we're heading into a Magadi Glen. It's another woodland area. The animals here do tend to be very, very shy, and they are very good at hiding. Leaving the Magadi Glen. Now, as we are leaving, that does mean we're coming up to the end of our safari. If you guys are looking for a really cool way to help out some of those animals, you can make a positive impact on them. If you have any old cell phones that are sitting around at home now, maybe you just got a phone upgrade or anything, inside the batteries is a mineral called coltan. And that is mined for in Africa. So they clear trees and destroy animal habitats to get to that coltan to make those batteries for those cell phones. So you can actually recycle them, right? Or any other